Welcome back to Braintree Today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis and you're watching BCAM TV. Now we'll be getting into our latest stories from the week. Life Care Center nursing homes in Leominster are freezing their admissions after 2 residents died and over 80 residents and staff members tested positive for COVID-19. Last week, 50 resident cases and 33 staff cases were reported to the state's Department of Public Health. The facility only houses up to 133 people. Life Care Center said in a statement recently, quote, 90% of the residents and staff who recently tested positive were asymptomatic, and none of them have died from the disease, end quote. The admissions freeze at the facility has been in effect since Thursday. It is one of 10 long-term care facilities in the state that are currently under an admissions freeze. You can find the full list of long-term care facilities with admission freezes on mass.gov. The Massachusetts Department of Transportation is going to receive more than $1 million from the Federal Emergency Management Agency, also known as FEMA, to cover the expense of precautions taken to protect employees and the public during the COVID-19 outbreak. MassDOT will be reimbursed by the $3.5 million public assistance grant for the cost of plexiglass sneeze guard barriers and signage, cleaning supplies, medical supplies, storage, and personal protective equipment, which includes gloves, masks, respirators, and face shields. FEMA said in a statement, quote, FEMA is pleased to be able to assist MassDOT with these costs. Providing resources for our partners on the front lines of the pandemic fight is critical to their success and to our success as a nation, end quote. Federal funding for the state's food assistance program has now ended. The SNAP emergency allotments began in March 2020 during the COVID-19 pandemic through the Families First Coronavirus Relief Act, which allowed families to receive the maximum SNAP benefit amount for their household. The last boosted payment will be sent to families on March 2nd. Massachusetts is now offering additional resources to residents who are impacted. The state has created a website, mass.gov/federal extra pandemic SNAP benefits to end, to explore resources that may increase SNAP benefits. Some of the options include $35 a month for anyone with medical costs over the age of 60 or with disabilities. If the cost of living has increased, or SNAP members can participate in the Healthy Incentive Program, which puts money back on EBT cards when SNAP is used to buy local fruits and veggies from hip farm vendors. The COVID-19 and flu shot site at the Mercantile Center in Worcester will no longer offer vaccines beginning this week. The UMass Memorial Run site was one of 4 main weekly vaccine clinics in the city. The Mercantile Center will still offer free PCR testing for COVID-19, but vaccinations ended on Thursday. If you're looking for a vaccine, there are still other options, including AIDS Project Worcester, which will be offering weekly Monday clinics for COVID-19 vaccines and boosters. The Central Branch Community YMCA and the City of Worcester are also holding separate clinics during the week. For more information, visit worcester.gov for more vaccination spots. Or if you're looking for vaccination locations closer to Boston, head to vaxfinder.mass.gov. Thanks for watching Braintree Today. We'll be right back with more after the break.
Each year, the flu makes millions of people sick. Getting a flu shot is the best way to protect yourself. Within 2 weeks, the shot helps your body produce antibodies that fight flu germs. Protect yourself. Protect your family. Get your flu shot today.
Welcome back. During Monday's school committee meeting, more than 100 teachers and their supporters marched through the Colbert School Administration building, demonstrating their need for a new contract. The teachers have been working without a contract since the start of the school year. Trung Din, president of the Braintree Education Association, the union representing teachers and other school personnel, said, quote, there are significant differences between what we feel we deserve and what they want to give us, end quote. The union is seeking pay raises for teachers, raises for educational support professionals, and changes in working conditions, such as guaranteed daily preparation time for elementary school teachers. During Monday's school committee meeting, the school task force recommended moving early childhood classes to the Old South Middle School, redistricting elementary and middle schools, and moving special education classes out of elementary buildings. The three primary reasons for the recommendations include budget concerns, a lower student population, and the need to keep the present South Middle School in educational use when the new school opens this fall. School Committee Chairwoman Lisa Fisk-Heger said the school committee would hold a public forum on the proposals at 6:30 p.m. on Monday, March 6th at East Middle School. You can watch the school committee meeting from January 23rd on BCAM TV's government channels, Comcast Channel 8 and Verizon Channel 26, as well as on youtube.com/BCAMTV under the school committee meetings playlist. Last Thursday night, over 200 people attended the North Braintree Civic Association meeting at Braintree's Town Hall, where speakers opposed Zom Living's proposal to build two 5-story buildings at the southwest corner of the mall's property. The proposed 495-unit apartment development would be the largest housing development in the town's history, with an estimated cost of $200 million. Braintree America Chorus said he does not support the proposed development, saying it would have a significant impact on the town's water and sewer systems, as well as its roads. Planning Board Chairwoman Erin Joyce said the request will be discussed at the board's meeting at 7 p.m. on Wednesday, February 15th at Town Hall. You can watch the full North Braintree Civic Association meeting on BCAM TV's government channels, Comcast Channel 8 and Verizon Channel 26, and of course on our YouTube channel on youtube.com/BCAMTV under the government meetings playlist. Officials in several Massachusetts communities don't know when Amazon Fresh supermarkets plan to open their doors. Talks of Amazon Fresh locations in Billerica, Saugus, Westboro, Leominster, and Braintree have been ongoing since last year, but so far none have opened in any of those locations. As for Braintree, a site plan was submitted on January 3rd of 2022 to the Braintree Planning Board for building an Amazon Fresh at 200 Grossman Drive. According to the Town of Braintree website, another plan was filed to adjust signage at the facility on May 5th of 2022, but nothing thereafter. The Braintree Trash and Recycling Center released an article reminding residents that winter snow and winds makes it even more important to have cart lids closed to avoid items tumbling out. Bags or items should not be piled high in the carts as it prevents lids from being closed securely. Also, carts should not be placed on top of snow piles as this may cause them to tip and spill. If you have questions on what you can and can't recycle, please go to recyclesmartma.org and enter the item in question for an immediate answer. Or visit braintreema.gov/recycling and see all the trash and recycling related information for Braintree. Additionally, the Braintree Recycling Center at 257 Ivory Street will be closed this weekend as weather forecasters predict negative temperatures and a potentially dangerous wind chill. The recycling center will reopen on Monday at 7:15 a.m. Thank you for watching Braintree Today on BCAM TV. We'll be right back with more stories in the area.
Did you know your teenager's brain is more likely to get addicted to nicotine than yours? The tobacco and vaping industries do. They target teens with their products and try to cover up the fact that there's nicotine in them. Talk with your kids about the real dangers of vaping.
Welcome back to Braintree Today. Now let's get right into more stories. The National Weather Service is warning that a dangerously cold air mass will arrive on our doorstep early Friday morning into Saturday. An Arctic front will move through Friday and deliver a dangerously cold air mass to southern New England late Friday into Saturday. Wind chills could get as low as -20 to -40 degrees late Friday night and Saturday morning, and even colder in the Berkshires. The lowest temperature is forecast to be -30 degrees in Boston. The service and Massachusetts Emergency Management Agency are urging residents to make preparations for the cold now, warning that under the expected conditions, frostbite can occur within 10 minutes. Legalized sports wagering at Massachusetts casinos began Tuesday. In-person betting became available to the public on Tuesday morning, January 31st, at Plainridge Park Casino in Plainville, MGM Springfield, and Encore Boston Harbor in Everett. The Massachusetts Gaming Commission voted to allow wagering for things like professional league drafts, the Big Game MVP awards, competitive eating contests, and competitive entertainment events like the Academy Awards. Though some sporting events are prohibited, such as high school and youth sports won't be permitted. Bets are not permitted for events where the final outcome is primarily based on evaluation or assessment of a judge or panel of judges. This will include summer and winter Olympic events. Massachusetts will also not allow wagering on an outcome dependent on the performance of an individual collegiate athlete, fantasy contests, injuries, penalties, player discipline, or replay review. Buccaneers quarterback and former New England Patriots quarterback Tom Brady is finally retiring, and for good this time. Brady made the announcement in a short video posted to social media on Wednesday morning, saying, quote, "I'll get to the point right away. I'm retiring for good." End quote. He also thanked his family, fans, and competitors for his run as perhaps the greatest NFL quarterback ever. Brady won 6 Super Bowls with the New England Patriots and 1 with the Buccaneers. He was a 5-time Super Bowl MVP, 3-time league MVP, and threw for nearly 90,000 regular season passing yards. He ended his final NFL season with Tampa Bay going 8-9, the first time Brady had ever seen a 9-loss season. Patrick Clancy, the father of 3 young children who were allegedly killed by their mother in their Duxbury home last week, posted a heart-wrenching message to everyone who has rallied around his family over the last week. His wife, 32-year-old Lindsay Clancy, has been in police custody at a Boston hospital following the tragic incident last Tuesday and is facing 3 counts of homicide, 3 counts of strangulation, and 3 counts of assault and battery with a deadly weapon. On Saturday, Patrick addressed speculation around his wife's mental health, saying in a statement that she's recently been portrayed, quote, largely by people who have never met her and never knew who the real Lindsay was, end quote. Patrick added, quote, "My family was the best thing that ever happened to me. I took so much pride in being Lindsay's husband and a dad to Cora, Dawson, and Callan," end quote. He went on to say he has forgiven his wife for what she allegedly did and asked others to find it deep within themselves to do the same. You can read Patrick's full message on the GoFundMe page at gofundme.com/Patrick Clancy donations. Thanks for watching Braintree Today. We'll be right back with more in entertainment.
Every home needs a basic emergency supply kit. It should meet the unique needs of the people who live there. Your kit doesn't have to cost a lot. You probably already have many of these supplies, and you can get others at a discount store. Visit mass.gov/beprepared.
Welcome back to Braintree Today. Now here's some new movie and TV show recommendations for you to watch this weekend. First in entertainment comes Poker Face, a Mystery of the Week series following Charlie Cale, played by Natasha Lyonne, a woman with an extraordinary ability to determine when someone is lying. When certain circumstances force her to hit the road, Charlie travels across the U.S. encountering a new cast of characters and strange crimes she can't help but solve. You can watch Poker Face on Peacock TV. Next in entertainment, now more than 20 years after That 70s Show, first premiered comes the spin-off series That 90s Show, featuring some original cast members now in their adult life who have teenage children of their own. The show follows Leah Foreman, teenage daughter of Eric Foreman and Donna Pinciotti, and granddaughter of Red and Kitty Foreman. In the summer of 1995, while visiting her grandparents in Wisconsin, Leah makes friends with a new generation of Point Place kids. You can watch That 90s Show on Netflix. And finally in entertainment comes the recently premiered series The Last of Us, based on the 2013 video game of the same name. The series follows Joel and Ellie as they travel across a post-pandemic America, enduring brutal circumstances and ruthless killers along their journey. Joel is tasked with the possibility of smuggling 14-year-old Ellie out of a quarantine zone and across the United States in search of a faint hope for the future of humanity. As the pair depend on each other for survival, they connect through the harshness of the world they live in. The Last of Us premiered on January 15th. Episode 1, 2, and 3 can be watched on HBO Max. Episode 4 will be released on February 5th. That'll do it for news today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis, and thank you for watching Braintree today on BCAM TV. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.